Hot, dry, windy, perfect. That's what Aaron Farinacci was waiting for. Court documents reveal he planned Spokane's devastating wildfire. 25 fires set over a single year. 60,000 evacuated, hundreds of homes ash. He knew it was going to get bad. So why did he light the match anyway? According to newly released court documents, Aaron Farinacci, the man arrested on suspicion of starting a large wildfire in Spokane, told investigators he waited for a hot, dry and windy day to ignite the blaze. The court documents also allege that Farinacci admitted to setting 25 other fires in the area over the past year. Aaron Farinacci appeared in court for the second time on August 6th, with a county judge raising his bond to $2 million. However, no plea was entered, and a mental competency evaluation was ordered. In an affidavit released on August 5th, investigators testified that Farinacci admitted in a police interview to having planned the fire, known as the Old Trails Fire, 2 weeks in advance.
He researched his weather app to predict a day that would have high winds, low humidity, sort of high heat.
The affidavit further states that Farinacci had been struggling since the birth of his son in May 2025 and became fascinated with fires and arsonists. It alleges that he began setting fires in July 2025 and had set 25 by the following month.
He feels that fire is powerful, beautiful, and that things that go through fire experience a kind of rebirth.
Investigators further stated that he admitted knowing the blaze was going to get bad, but claimed he never intended it to grow as large as it did. In court on Thursday, Farinacci appeared to be emotional, keeping his head down and rubbing his eyes as the judge set his bond and remanded him back into police custody. The Spokane County Sheriff had said on Monday that Farinacci was seen kneeling near grass at the site of the latest blaze and was later found to have matches and a lighter when he was arrested. Many people were shocked, especially after it was revealed that Aaron Farinacci was previously linked to 2 other fire investigations last year. Some told the BBC they do not have the emotional energy to be angry at Aaron Farinacci and are more focused on healing from their own psychological trauma. Others said they found closure in knowing the fire was intentional and not something that, after a lengthy investigation, could ultimately be attributed to a freak accident or a natural ignition.
I hope that if it's proven that he did do this, I hope the punishment will fit the crime, because what he allegedly did turned over the lives of so many people.
The Spokane fire is the largest of 3 burning around the northwestern US state's second most populous city, forcing more than 60,000 people to evacuate and destroying more than 800 buildings. Nearly a quarter of the Spokane population was forced to evacuate due to the wildfires, which swept through the outskirts of the city over the weekend. No deaths or injuries have been confirmed. Three large wildfires in northeast Washington that have forced tens of thousands of evacuations, destroyed homes, and damaged some 1,000 other structures continued to rage on August 5th. Firefighters from across the state continued to battle the Old Trails Fire, Fairview Fire, and Autumn Lane Fire, which have burned more than 10,500 acres in the Spokane area. Mandatory evacuations also remained in effect for much of the region. As of the afternoon of August 5th, the Spokane County Sheriff's Office reported that the Autumn Lane Fire remained the most active of the 3 incidents.
Despite heightened fire danger, firefighters successfully held the fire within its established footprint Tuesday while completing and reinforcing containment lines around the perimeter.
Providing the latest update on the Spokane area wildfires, the Sheriff's Office said firefighters are making gradual progress in containing the blazes. The Autumn Lane Fire and the Old Trails Fire are each 13% contained, while the Fairview Fire is just 5% contained. Even with containment efforts improving, the fires remain a major threat, as crews continue battling extreme heat, dry conditions, and shifting fire behavior across the region. Earlier, US authorities reported on August 3rd that they had arrested a man on a first-degree arson charge in connection with the Old Trails fire. USA Today previously reported on August 4th that Aaron Farinacci, a 37-year-old Spokane man arrested on a single count of first-degree arson, made his initial court appearance. He was scheduled to be arraigned on the charge on Thursday, August 6th. Officials confirmed that at least 846 structures have been destroyed by the wildfires in the Spokane area. Meanwhile, firefighters have taken advantage of cooler weather to begin getting a handle on wildfires that have displaced tens of thousands of people around Washington state's second-largest city, but hotter, drier, and breezier days lie ahead. Officials reported on Wednesday that firefighters had established containment lines around the perimeters of all 3 fires affecting Spokane and that they were focused on reinforcing those lines. Temperatures were expected to climb from the 80s the past 2 days into the upper 90s with less humidity later this week. As the Spokane area wildfires tore through thousands of acres of wildland-urban interface, destroying hundreds of homes and other structures, a unique crew of incarcerated firefighters stepped in to help protect their community. Washington State's Department of Natural Resources Arcadia 20 program recruits some of the most skilled firefighters from prisons across the state through a partnership with the Department of Corrections Camp Crew program. In recognition of their dedication and service while still incarcerated, members of the elite crew are paid standard state wildland firefighter wages, receive employee benefits, and are represented by a labor union. The program was created in 2022 by Superintendent Ben Hood. During last weekend's wildfires, Hood's own family was placed under an evacuation warning, underscoring the personal impact of the disaster on those leading the firefighting effort.
The Arcadia 20 Transitional Hand Crew is based in Spokane, Washington. We were established in 2022, and so it's become our home for a lot of individuals that come from incarceration. And so that's why we're the Transitional Hand Crew, is because they're coming from incarceration, full confinement to partial confinement in the Reentry Center that's here in Spokane. So we have a great partnership with Department of Corrections, the Eleanor Chase House Reentry Center. They're here, they're local as well, and we have guys that are from the area, and we have plenty of guys that aren't from this side of the state, and then lived in different locations, but they're here now, and they love their community, and they want to be able to help in any way that they can. It means everything to them that they're able to go and help out the community where they live. We're not always on the fire here at the home front. We can end up all over eastern Washington. Wherever we're needed is where we're going to go. And when it's in your backyard, it's definitely a little bit different. You feel really compelled to give it your all, to really show our community what we're capable of doing and what these guys are capable of. And I couldn't be more proud of the work that they've done since we've been out here. The things that they've accomplished are extraordinary.
Jason De La Cruz, who served 17 years in a Washington state prison on burglary and weapons charges before joining Arcadia 20, realized there was much more to life and started searching for a new beginning in DNR's program.
I just spent the last 17 years in prison. I was sentenced to 25 years for burglary and possession of firearms and stuff. Unfortunate. Definitely took me a long time to learn from those mistakes. I think getting sentenced to that much time, I wish the world is at its end for me. I started to realize that something had to change, and after realizing that sentence wasn't necessarily a punishment but an opportunity, is when I started realizing that there's much more to life, and that living inside that box where I was so comfortable living, there's much more than just that. Since day one, boots on the ground, we were running and gunning, and it's been an uphill battle, not much sleep, but I do believe that the work we're doing, it's definitely doing some really good damage to contain this fire, or at least control it or slow it down just a little bit. It's building us. It's crazy to say, but they're building men, You know, we spent many years in prison and just doing.
As Washington braces for another spell of hotter, drier weather, emergency crews remain on high alert, and thousands of families continue to wait for the chance to return home. Will improved containment be enough to stop the wildfires from causing even greater devastation?
Yeah, push it down another 1 or 2 people. Yeah, so we have more bodies down here. Hit me if you see anything. Yep.
Yeah.